Paulina,
They're
how are you doing today?
fine.
Okay, that's awesome. Nice to see you.
Nice
So,
to meet you.
Paulina, it's time to start because it's 9 o'clock. So, today we're gonna start reviewing the last class topic, what we studied last class.
F0 are anti first conditional.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good job. First, that sounds better. Thank you so much. So, do you remember the uses of zero conditional?
It's for it's with present simple and with comma, and first conditional is with present simple and future.
Okay, yes, that's correct. So, zero conditional we use in a conditional clause, we use present simple. And in the results of the main clause, we use as well present simple. In first conditional, we use present simple, and after the comma, we use future, right? Okay, that's awesome. But that's the structure. And what about the uses? So let's check the uses. So let me share my screen. Give me a moment. Let's do this quickly, and then we can start with the new topic. So the uses to zero conditional are sorry, where's the uses? So we use zero conditional for scientific facts, general truths to talk about general truths, scientific facts, and things that always happen under certain conditions, right? That's zero conditional. But we use first conditional to talk about possible future situation and their likely results and their possible result, right? So in first conditional, we need that something are completed and maybe in the future something could happen, right? That's the difference. It is clear, Paulina, right? Okay, thank you so much. Is Jonathan? Give me a moment. I'm going to move Jonathan. Jonathan. Oh my gosh. Hmm, okay. Jonathan. Okay, Paulina, so do you have any question about this topic, this two topic? It is clear.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Hey, Jonathan,
Good morning, teacher. Good morning.
how are you doing?
I always have a problem with my PC, so for this reason, I just stay use here. So, yeah.
But you look better. I can see you. You're always in the dark, in the middle of the dark. You're like Batman, but in this case, I can see you. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is
So
my backyard.
it look gorgeous. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Jonathan. We were talking about a last class topic. So we studied zero and first conditional, right? So we use zero conditional. I'm presenting here, right? Let me come back for a while. To talk about general truths, this is in which situation we use zero conditional. Zero conditional. To talk about general truths, scientific facts, and things that always happen under certain conditions, right? And the structure is simple. We use if clause and the main clause, present simple. If clause is the part of the sentence that goes with if and the main clause is the result. So in the two parts we use present simple, easy, right? This is the easiest one. And we have first conditional in which we use to talk about possible future situation and their likely result, their possible results. So we use for the if clause we use present simple, and from the main clause of the result we use future with will, right? So far, so good. Jonathan, do you have any question?
No, no, no. For me, no, mister.
Okay, this topic is really easy. Thank you so much. So now let's start with the new topic for today. By the way, off topic, do you like Ghibli movies?
For me,
For all of you, for you too.
what do you say?
Do you like Ghibli movies like Totoro, Chihiro, that kind of movies? No.
No, for me, I really don't watch a lot of movies. Maybe Marvel, things
Okay.
like that.
So you haven't tried the new GPT function that they
Yes.
turn your photos into movies in the Ghibli style. Have you tried, Paulina? And do
Yes.
you like
Yeah, of course. It's a little curioso, ¿cómo digo curioso?
curious?
Curious.
Okay,
Yeah, I
like
tried with some pictures about me. So.
awesome.
But if you ask me if I like this kind of movies, like anime or something like this, I don't like it.
Okay, that's okay. What about you, Jonathan? Have you tried? Have you seen these images?
Yeah, I have seen these images, but I don't try like don't like. So I think that that's not my kind of photos of pictures.
Okay, thank you so much. So now let's start with the new topic. So today we will starting with second conditional. So let's start. Thank you so much for answering. Let me check. Hmm. I'm sharing my screen. No, not yet, right? Okay, now I'm doing, but second conditional. So welcome to second conditional. Let's start. So, second conditional structure. Here, the structure change a lot, so be careful. With the if clause, with the first part of the sentences, we use past simple, right? Past simple. Then, after the comma, we use would, the modal verb would, plus the base form verb. So, let's check the example. If I had, this is past simple, more money, I would travel the world, right? Would plus verb in base form. So uses the second condition of the second conditional. Unreal or hypothetical situation in the present or future. So this is just hypothetical, right? Unreal situation. If I had more money, because we don't have enough money, suppose, we would travel the world. Maybe Jonathan have a lot of money because he has a lot of followers in TikTok, but we need a lot of money to travel around the world, right? So let's check this. Is she were taller? She was taller. Okay, this is a mistake, right? Is she was taller, she would be a model. Okay, this is not for Paulina. I imagine that Paulina is a tall person, right? Also, imaginary results or impossible or unlikely condition. If I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. Guys, do you buy the lottery?
No.
Me neither. Okay, let's continue. Giving advices. Okay, this is a special case. When you're giving an advice, is I were you, si yo fuera usted. In this case, we use were instead of was. If I were you, for example, if I were you, I would study harder. Si yo fuera usted, estudiaría más duro. Just in this case, we use were with I. If I were you, giving an advice. So far, do you have any question?
Mister, for example, in the first example, if I had more money, I would travel the world. Ever use would?
Always. Second
Oh,
conditional,
okay,
you always use would.
okay.
Viajaría. Yo viajaría el mundo, ¿sí? Alrededor del mundo. Okay, let's continue. So, rules for the second conditional. The if clause is the past simple, right? Ejemplo, if I had a car, the main clause uses would plus base for verb. I would drive to work. Would plus base for. Were is used instead of was for all subjects. I'm sorry. In this case, we use were for all of them. If he were rich, he would be He would buy a judge. It refers to hypothetical or unreal situation, not real facts. So be careful with this. Hypothetical or unreal, right? Let's continue. Is clause past. Is I had if I had $1,000,000, I would buy a big house. Hypothetical situation. I don't have $1,000,000. Do you have $1,000,000, guy? No, so sad. What a shame, right? What a pity. So, if she were a teacher, she would teach English. Imaginary situation. She's not a teacher, right? If they live in Paris, they would speak French fluently. And real present situation, they don't live in Paris. If you study more, you would pass the exam. Giving advices, you don't study enough. This is not your case. You're good students. Good job. If we went to the beach, we would have a great time. Unlikely future events. We are not going to the beach, right? If we were you, I would take the job. Giving an advice. So giving an advice, hypothetical or unreal situation. So now let's practice a little bit. Paulina, could you do the first one? Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb in parentheses. So,
If I was a superhero, I would fly around the world.
okay, but remember, in this case, we use
Where?
instead where. Okay, good job, Paulina. Thank you so much. Jonathan, number 2, I'm going to check something. Jonathan, please, number 2.
If she were study harder, she would get better grades.
Would get, okay, that's awesome. Number 3, Paulina.
If we had a car, we would drive to school.
Right, easy. So far, it's easy peasy, right? The next one, Jonathan, please.
If there was no the
If
answer,
they,
uh,
could you repeat it, please?
okay. If they was no, maybe
No.
only if they know.
No, new, because it's in past simple,
Okay,
right? The
no.
past simple of new, new,
Okay,
new. Okay,
if they knew the answer, they would tell us.
okay, awesome, easy. And the last one, Paulina.
If you were the president, what would you do?
Awesome, well done, good job. Let's continue. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to take the attendance and then we can continue. Okay, smile for the photo. Thank you, guys. Give me a moment and then we can teacher here. Do you know what happened with your classmate, Leonardo and Nayeli? Is the other girl?
No.
Leonardo? No, okay. Thank you so much. I never met Leonardo. Nayeli, okay. Mm, in here. Okay, let's continue. So, we, okay, now match the two have. Match the correct if clause with the main clause. So, number 1, please, Jonathan, if I won the lottery,
I would buy a big house.
I would buy a big house. Awesome, thank you so much. Paulina, number 2, please.
If she spoke Spanish, she would travel to Spain.
Okay, awesome, well done. Number 3, please, Jonathan.
If we live in Italy, we would eat a lot of pasta.
Okay, easy, right? And next one, number 4, Paulina, please.
If he had more time, they no. If he had more time, he will help you.
Okay, awesome. Well done. And the last one, Jonathan,
If
please.
they know about the party, they would invite us.
Okay, well done, easy. So far, so good, right? So remember and be careful. You can change the order. So you can start with the main clause, right? So you can say he would help you if he had more time. But in this case, we just drop the comma, right? That's why it is important to know the uses of each conditional. Sometimes you could find this like starting with the main clause and ending in the if clause. So be careful with that. Let's continue. Now, correct the mistakes. Find and correct the mistake in these sentences. So, Paulina, please go ahead.
If I had more free time, I will learn to play the guitar.
Awesome. Well done. Thank you so much. Jonathan, what about you?
She will go to the party if she has an invitation. Um, I think that is if she has an invitation, yeah,
If she
has an invitation,
had in past,
had.
right? Instead of
Okay.
S, D. Okay, notice this is the order is changed, right? This sentence started with the main clause. She would go
Mhm.
to the party. Is she? This is the if clause, so we use past simple. She had an invitation. It is clear, Jonathan?
Yeah. So in this case, we don't change the order.
No, it's not necessary. It is okay if you
Mhm.
did it like this. The thing to highlight here is when you started with the main clause, remember to drop the comma. You don't need to use the comma, right? Notice there's no comma. And be careful with the if clause, if clause. So if she, the if clause is the sentence that has if. In this case, we use past simple. So if she had an invitation. It is clear, Jonathan.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
Mister.
thank you so much. So remember, both weights are correct. The most common one is started with the if clause, right? But you can also start it with the main clause and it is correct. So be careful with that. But well done. Thank you so much. Paulina, what about you?
If we were rich, we will buy a big house.
Awesome. Easy. Jonathan, next one, please.
They will help you if you ask them.
So what do you think?
Uh, 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 ask, ask it is not ask.
No, ask it is correct.
It's
Okay,
correct.
let's analyze these sentences. Again, this is the if clause, right? The order is changed. So in this case, the verb is in past simple. This
Okay, in
one
this
is
case,
correct.
change the
So
order.
the mistake is here. In this part is the mistake. So the main clause, what we use in the main clause? Look at number 2,
Wolves
would, instead of,
will.
okay. So read the sentences again, please.
Okay, they will help you if you ask them.
Well done,
Okay.
you got it, Jonathan. Well done. This is the hardest one when the order is changed. Well done. And the last one, Paulina, please.
If I study it harder, I will pass the test.
So, which is the
Yeah.
mistake? Ah, yes, I started. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well done. I'm sorry. You did it well. You are on fire. So let's continue. Now make your own sentences. Complete these sentences with your own ideas. So, Jonathan, number one, if I were invisible, I would.
Okay, if I were invisible, I would. Oh, with my idea.
Yes, with your own ideas.
I did a bank, maybe.
You rob a bank, right? Steal a
Okay.
bank. Okay, why not? And become a billionaire. Okay, number two, Paulina.
If my best friend won $1 million, she will pay the spa with for us.
Okay, I like. Awesome.
I don't
The
know.
next one, Jonathan. This one, I'm sorry. Okay,
Uh,
yeah. Here,
uh,
eat, we live.
if we live on the moon, we would eat a lot of cheese.
Awesome, love it. Good job. We would eat a lot of cheese. Thank you so much. Paulina, what about you?
If my teacher, if my teacher were a celebrity,
Celebrity?
he will help me with publicity. Publicity.
Publicity. Okay, awesome. Like it. Nice idea. And the last one, Jonathan.
If I could travel anywhere, I would travel to United States.
Okay, do you like United States, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think that is a good country.
And have you been there?
No, but my parents actually stay in that country.
Live there?
Yeah, live that live there.
That's awesome. So you're planning to go to there to visit your parents in any moment.
Yeah, I think that is a good idea.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Like it. Let's continue. Now, choose the correct option. Select the best answer for each sentence. So, Paulina, please, number one. Paulina, you have to turn on your microphone, please. Thank you.
Okay, excuse me.
No worries.
If I knew his number, I would call him.
Okay, awesome. Jonathan, number two, please.
Okay. If she were taller, she will play basketball.
Awesome. Well done. Paulina, next one, please.
If we had enough money, we would go on vacation.
We would go on vacation. Excellent. Enough money. Okay.
You know,
Thank you so much. And Jonathan, next one. This one is
If he studied more, he uh, uh he will pass the exam.
of course. Easy, right? And the last one, Paulina, please.
if they invited us, we would come to the party.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You're on fire. Let's continue. Okay, reading practice. So now, Jonathan, could you read this story, please?
Okay. Story one: The Magic Lamp. Uh, Lily was walking in a desert when she found an old lamp. She picked it up and rubbed it, and suddenly a blue genie appeared in front of her. If you will find a magic lamp, what would you fish for? The is Jenny? Jenny?
Genie.
Jenny, okay, ask it. Lily thought for a moment, if I win $1 million, I would buy a castle. She said. The Jenny lauded.
Genie.
That's a nice Jenny.
Genie.
Only Jenny. Jenny.
Genie. Genie.
Okay, Jenny. Okay.
You can use it.
That's a nice wish. But remember, if you has 3 wishes, you would choose wisely. Okay. Lily was so excited that she forgot what to say. If I was know how to speak the genies, I won't wouldn't
What?
be wouldn't so nervous right now.
Okay. Thank you so much. What's the meaning of Weasley?
Weasley. I never have listened in
Okay.
this one.
Sabiamente.
Okay.
Okay. Wouldn't. Thank you so much. Wouldn't. This one.
Como
Wouldn't.
no estaría, algo así.
Ujú. Si
No estaría nerviosa ahora
si yo no
mismo.
estuviera, ajá, pues, tan nerviosa ahora. Okay. Could you identify the mistakes in this short story?
Okay, let me see. Lily was walking a desert.
Focus on the conditional sentences, right?
Like if you would find a magic lamp,
Okay. Which is the mistake here? What is the mistake here?
would is correct.
Yes, this part is correct. What would you wish for? This is correct. The mistake is here in the if clause.
Okay, if you well is not found.
Oh, that's correct, but there's something else.
You found
We
magic
need
lamp.
to drop something or to delete something here.
Okay. Will
Will. So if you found a
a
magic
magic
lamp,
lamp.
what would you wish for? Okay, well done, Jonathan. Well done. It's not easy. Well done. Let's continue. Jonathan, please, the next
Mhm.
one. Let me help you. This is the
If
next
I
conditional sentences, right?
okay, I will because if I won, yeah, if I
Yes,
won a
awesome.
million of dollars.
Okay, well done. You did it quickly. Let's continue. Okay, this one. If you has 3 wishes, you would choose Weasley.
If
Weasley.
you has 3 wishes, you will choose Weasley. Had is
Had.
not if you had
Had.
3 wishes.
Okay, yes, that's true. Had in past simple. Well done. And the last one.
Uh, okay. If I was know how to speak genius, I will be uh, the mistake is the no new.
Yes. In the if clause, there's 2 mistakes. What
To
are the
mistake.
mistakes?
If I was new,
Okay, new. Correct. But was, are you sure we need to use was here?
no, it's not necessary.
Okay, withdraw, right?
Yeah,
If
we
I
do.
knew how to speak Genie, I wouldn't be so nervous right now. So there's something important I would like to highlight. So notice after the would or wouldn't, right? The base form of the verb to be is be, right? Nor is, nor am, nor are, be. So be careful with that. Thank you so much. Let's continue. Paulina, your turn.
It's my turn. Story number 2, The Talking Dog. Jack had always wanted a pet, but he never expected to find a talking dog. One day, while walking in the park, he saw a small, fluffy dog sitting on the beach. He, Hey kid, saw the dog say,
Say,
if I, the dog said, if I am a human, I will go to school and learn math. Jack couldn't believe his ears. Ears.
yes, yes.
If I had a talking dog, I will be famous. The dog wagged, wagged,
Well, good.
wagged, wagged. I don't know how
Walk it.
can I
Is
Okay,
walk it.
Wadget?
walk it. Like,
Walk it.
la colita.
Okay, the dog wagged its tail. If humans understand animals, they would treat us better, but sadly, most people don't listen. Jack smiled. If my parents believe me, they let me keep you as a pet. The dog sighed,
Yeah.
sighed,
Side okay.
sighed. If you promise to buy me a stick every day, I stay with you forever.
Okay. Could you identify the mistake, Paulina?
So, so, so. Um, if I was or were a human,
Okay, let me check. What is the first condition?
at the
If,
end of the paragraph. Yeah.
okay.
If
If
I were or was,
I were,
I
okay,
were a human, I will go to
to
the school
school.
and learn.
Awesome. Well done. The next one.
If I had a talking dog, I would be famous, right?
Had, right? If I
Yeah.
had a talking dog, I would. Okay, awesome. Next one.
If humans understood animals, they would treat us better.
Okay, awesome. And the next one is this one.
If my parents believed
Believe.
with thee,
Awesome.
believe me, they would
They would
let me
let me.
keep you as a pet.
Okay. What's the meaning of sick? Suspirar.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, awesome. And the last one.
If you promised to buy me a stick every day, I will stay with you forever.
Awesome. Well done, Paulina. That's good. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now we are mixing here. We're missing zero first and second conditional. So you have to decide which conditional, which structure you have to use. So Jonathan, first, the first one, I'm sorry, number one.
Um,
Crazy.
if you
I'm sorry.
okay, can you move the mouse? Head is yeah,
Hit,
okay.
hit.
Heat, okay. If you heat water to 100% centigrades,
Mhm.
it
Okay.
boil. Okay. If you will,
No.
yeah,
Here you
no.
have the clue here. Let's zero conditional. So here you have to use a zero condition. This is a general true or a scientific fact, right? So which is the structure of zero conditional?
I don't remember.
Okay,
Don't remember.
is this
It's
one
pretty
we use
simple.
present simple and present simple? Present simple
Okay,
here,
if you
present
heat
simple here.
water
If you hit water,
to 100 grades,
mhm,
it boils. It boils.
boils with S at the end. Awesome. Well done, Paulina. Next one.
With first conditional, she studies harder, she will pass the exam.
Awesome. Well done. She will pass the exam. Okay, Jonathan, number three, this one.
Okay, second conditional. If I be rich, no. If I was rich, no.
You're
If
close.
if I
Remember,
okay,
in second conditional, we use were. So if I
okay. If
were rich,
I were okay, rich, I would travel
okay, I would travel
around the
around
world.
the world. Awesome. Well
Okay.
done. Paulina, next one, zero conditional.
Zero conditional. Um, if we don't water the plants, they die, right?
They died. Awesome. Well done. Easy, Jonathan. Next one, first conditional.
Okay. If you help me, yeah,
Yeah.
I will finish this faster.
Awesome. Well done, Jonathan. You're on fire. Paulina, next one.
And second conditional. If he have superpowers, he will save the world.
Awesome. Easy. The next one, Jonathan, please.
Okay, zero conditional. If it rains, the ground gets wet.
Awesome. Well done. You include the third person rules. Well done, Jonathan. Paulina, please continue. First condition.
If
Yes.
you wake up early tomorrow, you will catch the bus. The
The
bus.
bus. Awesome. Well done, Paulina. You're on fire. Two. Okay, Jonathan, next one.
Okay. If she knew the answer, she would tell you.
Would tell you. Okay, well done. Paulina, last one, please.
Zero conditional. Ice if ice melts, it turns into water.
Okay, awesome. You're on fire, guys. Well done. Let's continue. Okay, set of first and second conditional. So identify the type. Read each sentences and write whether it's zero, first, or second conditional. So, Jonathan, read the sentences and tell us what kind of conditional is it.
Okay. If I had a car, I would drive to work. Is a second conditional.
Yes, for sure. Well done. Paulina, number two.
If it is not the school closed, I think it's zero conditional.
Zero conditional. Next one, please,
Okay.
Jonathan.
If she calls me, I will answer. Is first conditional.
Okay, good. But remember first to pronounce first conditional.
Okay,
Not
first.
first. First. Awesome.
First.
Thank you so much. That's better. Next one, Paulina, please.
If you mix red and blue, you get purple. I think it's zero.
Zero
Yeah.
condition. Well done. Jonathan, next one.
If they studied more, they will pass the test. Is a second conditional.
For sure. Well done. Next one, Paulina, please.
If you don't eat, you get hungry. It's zero
Zero
conditional.
conditional. The next one, Jonathan, please. This one.
Okay. If we leave now, we will arrive on time. Is first conditional.
First conditional. Well done. The next one, Paulina, please.
If I were a superhero, I would fight crime. It's second conditional.
Second, Jonathan, please.
It water freeze. It turns into ice. Is zero conditional.
Well done. And Paulina, the last one, please.
And if the weather is nice tomorrow, we will go to the beach. It's first conditional.
Okay, that's awesome. So, guys, do you have any question about these conditionals? No, it is clear. Easy. Okay. Thank you so much. Let me check something. Okay. Let's take this later on. Okay, now we're going to talk about phrasal verbs, right? Let me check something. Maybe I pause. No. Okay, I'm recording. So, phrasal verbs. Do you know what is a phrasal verb? Guys? No? Okay, let's check.
I guess we learn with Miss Anna, but I don't remember very well.
Okay, let's check. So, definition. A combination of verbs with one or more particles, preposition or adverbs that create a new meaning, different from the original verb. For example, look up, right? This is a verb, this is a preposition. So it's the combination of two words that change their meaning. So it's mean to search for information, look up. Guys, in this case, we need to be careful because there's no rules. We need to learn the meaning of the phrasal verbs. Structure usually consists of a main verb plus particle, sometimes include two particles. Example, get away with. Example, turn off, get off. Okay. Separable versus inseparable. Separable, the object can come between the verb and the particle. Inseparable, the object always follows the particle. For example, separable, she turned the lights off. So the phrasal verb is turn off. But in this case, we can put the lights in the middle of turn and off, right? This is separable. She turned the light off, or she turned off the light. Both are possible. You can put it in the middle of turn and off, or just after the complete phrasal verbs. Inseparable. He ran into an old friend. He ran. We can put old friend in the middle of ran and into. So, let's check. Do you know the meaning of turn off?
Como apagar.
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 Good job. Get over. ¿No?
¿Podría terminar?
Superar. Over es finalizar, pero get over is superar. So, remember, the meaning changed a lot when we mix the two words to create a new phrasal verb. Ran into. He ran into an old friend. What do you think? The meaning of run into. When this actually run into.
Run es correr, ¿no?
Yes. But remember, the meaning completely changed. So try to guess with the context. He ran into an old friend. What do you think could be? No ideas? Okay.
Como volvió a su viejo amigo.
More or less, you're close. Se encontró. Ella se encontró con su viejo amigo. Okay, awesome. Okay. Idiomatic meanings. There's an aspect of phrasal verbs. The meaning of the phrasal verb is often not predictable from the individual words, require memorizing or context to understand fully, right? So be careful with that. Give up mean to stop trying. Give up mean rendirse. Give up. Remember, we need to memorize all of these words. There's no rules. Let's continue. Okay. Usage. Phrasal verbs are common in informal and conversational English, but may be less suitable for formal writing. I'm going to call off the meeting. What do you think is call off? I'm going to call off the meeting.
Como
La
colgar.
llamada.
Colgar. Good. Okay, let's continue. Rule for uses. Identify is it separable or inseparable to correctly position the object. Learn the idiomatic meanings beyond the literary. Consider formally, use them in informal context. Choose alternative informal writing. So remember, you use when you are speaking, but you have to try to avoid uses in formal written, right? Okay, refer to example above for placement of meaning. Okay, let's check. So now there's some phrases verb that we're going to try to learn. The first one is get up. So it's mean to rise from the bed or stand up. Do you understand the meaning of get up?
Levantarse, ¿no?
Okay, awesome. Levantarse. Thank you so much. So we have an example. I get up as 30 past 6 every morning. Look up to search for information, right? It is clear, right? Search for information. She looked up the word in the dictionary. Turn on and turn off. Turn on to active. turn off, desactive a device. It means encender, apagar, right? Turn on, encender, turn off, apagar. So please turn off the lights when you leave. Give up, to stop trying or quit. Don't give up on your dreams. So rendirse, right? Get up. Come back to returns. He will come back home after his trip, right? Come back, return. Go on, to continue doing something. So the show must go on despite the challenges, right? El show debe continuar a pesar de los desafíos. Pick up, to collect or learn something casually. I pick up some Spanish during my travel. So I learn Spanish during my travel, casually. Casually, I learn some Spanish, or pick up means to take to take something. Take, pick up, recoger, o aprender por casualidad. Find out, to discover or learn information. I find out the truth about the accident, right? So when I ask you to try to guess the meaning, is because you are trying to find out, descubrir. You're finding out the meaning of these words. We have take off, to remove or to leave in an aircraft. She take off her jacket, or the plane took off, is mean. If you are in a plane, in an airplane, take off mean despegar, right? But it also can mean como quitarse la ropa, take off, okay? Then we have put on, to dress oneself, or to start an event. So it means to ponerse la ropa, put, dress oneself, put on, or to start an event. So let's check the example. He put on his coat before leaving. So do you have any question about any of these words? Okay, I recommend you to take a screenshot or something like that, because we need to try to keep in mind to learn these words. I know there's many of these words, but if you want to improve your English, it's so important to learn many phrasal verbs. Native speakers use a lot of phrasal verbs when they speak. So this is
Mister,
important. Let me know, Jonathan, for sure.
I can't turn off my camera because my cell phone is dying.
Okay, no worries. It's okay. We almost finished. Okay, can I continue? Okay, thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you so much. So now look at the underlying phrasal verbs. Decide what which one means by looking at the complete sentences. So Zinedine Zidane parents were from Argelia, but he grew up in French. What do you think? Try to find out the meaning. Jonathan, meaning of grew up.
Meaning of, or let me see, Zidane parents were from Algeria, but he grew up in French. Que creció.
Creció. Awesome. Well done. Next one, Paulina, please.
Tanya Ford has set up her own makeup company. Como que desarrolló, como que creció,
Creó, como
creó la
estableció,
compañía.
estableció. Okay, good. And here we had another phrasal verb, make up. What's the meaning of make up?
Maquillaje.
Okay, well done, Paulina. Jonathan, next one.
Okay, Emma Watson was born in Paris, but was brought up in England.
What do you think?
Mm,
It's similar to this one, to grow up.
como que se desarrolló, puede ser.
You're so close. Paulina, what do you
Mm,
think?
Podría ser lo mismo, como que creció en...
You're close. Se crió.
Ah, se crió.
Okay, grew up, crió. Okay, well done. And the last one, Jonathan, please.
she took up acting at an early age. Uh, talk, took up. Mm, that's difficult.
What do you think? Paulina. Paulina, you have your microphone off. So,
Ah, otra vez.
Jay,
Como que se convirtió,
no,
podría ser, en actriz a temprana
comenzó
edad.
más bien. She take up acting at early age. O sea, ella comenzó a actuar muy joven, right? There's words, easiest word that we can use instead of phrasal verbs. That start, right? Started like kind of words. But as I told you, native speakers prefer to use phrasal verbs. Why? I don't know. But they like the hardest way. Okay. So, Paulina, thank you so much. Jonathan, stay with me 5 minutes more, please. Paulina, it was a pleasure. See you tomorrow. If you have any question, let me know. Have a nice day. Get better. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, mister. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. So, Jonathan, sorry, I was asked to stay 5 more minutes when one of my students. So, would you like to continue practicing conditional or phrasal verbs? What do you think is harder for you?
Uh, I really don't know because sometimes I was in know of the rules, but maybe in a moment I lost my mind and maybe so. Okay, we can practice first conditional maybe.
Okay, let's check for some exercises for first conditional. Let me look. It does happens. That's normal. Sometimes when we are learning, especially when we have to talk, it's kind of difficult to manage the rules because we usually manage the rule writing, right? We usually learn reading these kind of sentences, but when we need to mix all of these rules while we are talking, it's kind of complex. But as we need to practice a lot. So first conditional, but anyway, you're doing so good. You're really good at English. You're so smart. You learn quickly. Okay, I have an advice for you, a suggestion. You speak good, you speak fluently, but sometimes when you don't know a word, you just say whatever you think, right? You try
Yeah,
to
yeah,
guess how
I
the
know
word.
this.
So instead of do that, try to use words that you know. Look for
Okay.
synonyms, right? That sound better. Anyways, you have any doubt, you can check it, you can ask me. So no worries. Let me check. Okay, let's try with these exercises. I'm going to share my screen. Here. So, are you watching my screen, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, here, could you choose the correct option, please? This is first conditional, right?
Okay, if we will travel to Spain,
Is we travel to Spain, we
Mister, in the first is not will.
no. Remember, in first conditional, the if clause, this is a clue, this clause goes with present simple, and the
Ah,
main
okay, okay,
clause after the comma goes with future with will.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. So
So,
in this case, is will visit.
okay, awesome.
She plays with us.
Okay, be careful. Remember, the clue is always the if clause. In this
Ah,
case,
okay,
it's
okay.
the main
Uh,
clause.
if okay, she will play with us if
If
she comes early.
awesome, good job. So be careful with this. So now, if you
If you cook dinner,
dinner,
okay, dinner. I will wash the dishes.
awesome, well done, Jonathan. That's much better. I
I uh, um, I will buy
a new
a
car.
new car if I get a good job.
Awesome, that's much better.
If you have a cold, you will stay in bed.
Okay, awesome. What's the meaning of cold in these sentences? In this sense.
Pues si tú tienes frío, puedes quedarte en cama.
Como un resfriado.
Ah, resfriado. Okay, okay, okay.
Look at the image.
Ah,
Okay.
okay, okay.
She,
She's very happy.
try again. Remember, be careful with the if clause.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Is she will be very happy if you give her some flowers.
Okay, awesome. Let's check. Okay, let's try the last one, and that's all. First condition, let's check this one. You're doing better, Jonathan. Okay,
Okay.
now we need to read, type. So let me know if with the verb link.
Okay, is in the past?
This is for conditional. So you have to decide how to use it. For example, I'm going to help you. I clean the room because this is the main clause. Look, if you paint the wall, right?
Oh, okay, okay,
The
okay.
main clause is with will, and the if clause is with present simple. This one
Okay.
is the
If
weather.
they weather be good,
Present simple of be
uh, if the weather was,
in
yeah,
present
or
present
where?
simple. Be careful. That's past simple. Present simple, we have three options: is, are, or am. In this case, we use be.
If the weather is good, okay, we will go to the beach.
Awesome, well done. Next one.
If you uh leave, yeah,
Mhm.
at 4, you will arrive in New York by 10.
Okay, awesome.
The cake uh does worse. No, no, no. The cake will taste worse
Okay,
if you not add more chocolate.
is you present simple,
Okay, if you
don't
don't
add more
add
sugar.
more chocolate,
Okay, thank
we will will not win the match.
you. Okay, I guess it's better to use won't. We won't. Okay, but let's make it not. Then we can check it. We will not play the match if we you
If you not play with us,
remember present simple. To make a negative sentence in present simple, we use an auxiliary.
you don't. Okay, if you do,
Okay, that's
yeah,
better. What was the word? Play. Okay, sorry. Don't play. Okay, awesome. This one.
they is will in this part.
Yes.
Okay, if they will do it as soon as they uh, can.
Can also. Next one.
Uh, will we need to choose one in this case, or
Yes.
literally?
Choose one.
Okay,
Will or do. Because
is will you
will.
come?
Will. Because here we have the verb, right? Come.
Yeah.
Is I
If I invite you,
invite you. Okay, awesome. And the last one.
my parents are and
Are
okay, my parents will, yeah,
will.
are angry.
No, remember.
No?
So be careful. After will, we use the base form, and the base form
Okay,
way to be is be. My
okay, my
parents
parents will
be.
be angry if I smoke.
Okay, that's awesome. Smoke. Let's check if I am. Okay, there's a mistake here. I imagine it's because it's want or like or something like that. Let me check. What was here the win? We will not win. What happened here? Okay, awesome. My mistake. So, Jonathan, good job. You did it well. As I told you, you are really good at English, but be careful with the rules. So I suggest you to review a little bit the rules for present simple, right? Their auxiliaries and the rule for third person. But
Okay, mister.
anyway, thank you so much for coming. You're doing well. You understand the topics. So go on. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye, mister.
Bye. Have a nice day.